No disrespect to a therapist and what their profession is and what they do for a living. They make a lot of money helping out a lot of people. A lot of people get their life back in order. They help people figure some things out about themselves and about their trauma. But me personally, I never needed a therapist. I never needed to go to a therapist for my trauma. I may have tried therapy at one point in my life, but it did not get to the root cause of the trauma that I was facing as a child and as a teenager. It didn't quite solve anything. It didn't do anything for me. So I spent the last 5-6 years of figuring out my own stuff and healing myself, essentially, as crazy as that sounds. And it may sound unrealistic to a lot of people, but I essentially healed myself, and I was able to figure out my trauma. The more I talked about it with God, and this is where I say I choose God over a therapist. I choose Jesus Christ over a therapist because it's free. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't got to spend money on no therapy session. I can look to God as my therapy session. And when I go to God for the problems that I have, and when I've done this, I've always tended to figure out more and more about my trauma and what caused it. The more I talked to God, the more I was able to discover things about the trauma and why I was feeling the way I was feeling. You see, God had a way of revealing things to me in the spirit, not as much in the physical, but it would reflect of the physical, but it would be revealed to me in the spirit why I was feeling this way and what caused this trauma to happen. Why I was going through what I was going through and why I was experiencing so much anguish in my life. God revealed so much to me when I just opened up to Him and I decided to have that confidentiality with the Creator about my trauma. And that's why I say I choose God over a therapist. A therapist could have helped. A therapist could have solved some deep-rooted issues in my life. But the deep-rooted issues in my life, I feel as though they have been solved. They have been figured out just by me talking to the Creator.